Finally finished all my mods on the Yamaha MT09 2025. They're done. Very happy how everything came out. Took a little longer than I was hoping, but I had to break the bike in, figure out which exhaust I was going to get and everything else. But yeah, I'm done. There's really literally nothing else I'm going to do with the bike, so now I can just go out and enjoy it, ride it. So I'm going to take a little ride up to the top of Blood Mountain. I'll talk about the mods I did in case anybody's interested in doing what I did on this bike, so you can hear the exhaust and whatnot. And yeah, really happy. All right, let's go for a ride. So finally I got all the mods done on my 2025 MT09 that I'm gonna do. I'm not doing anything else to it. So I'm taking a ride up to Blood Mountain. I'm going up the backside from where I live up to the top. The ones you see in the video, that's the other side of the mountain that we ride up and down. Kind of use it like a racetrack. But so the mods that I did, of course I did right off the bat like everybody else, the rear fender eliminator kit. Got that done. I did the low profile mirrors, and then what took the longest, which was okay because I was breaking in the bike, was trying to figure out what exhaust to get. I've had every exhaust from Krapovic, Yoshi, Arrow, Hendel. I've had so many of them, and I didn't want the result of the Hendel that I had on my SXR 900. That thing was loud. It sounded great, but it had a drone that you would hear inside the helmet, and I really didn't want that again. It would drive you nuts. I mean, now when you're riding and you're going around corners and shifting, you don't notice it, but if you get on a highway or something and you're just in one gear cruising, yeah, it would absolutely drive me insane. So I went with the Leo Vince. I've never had that exhaust before. I went with that for a couple reasons. One, it looks really good. It's got a black canister on the bottom, which I guess that's why it's not as loud. Well, it's still loud, it just doesn't have that drone inside the helmet. And Dave from V-Cycle Nut, he recommended it because he liked it so much that a customer sent it to him, the exhaust, to get it tuned. And he liked it so much on his 2024 MT09 that he kept it and sent the guy a new one. So that was pretty good. I trusted him on that. So I went with the Leo Vince exhaust. And then I bought that from Dave at V-Cycle Nut. He was real helpful, by the way. I also got the DNA Stage 2 air filter lid, they call it. I bought that from David as well, and I had him tune the ECU for both that DNA Stage 2 air filter and the Leo Vince exhaust. And I was a little nervous. I mean, I didn't know. I was like, God, did I make a mistake? But I did trust David. He's a good guy. I've used him for 3 of my Yamahas, all in the triple motors, by the way. I had a 2014 FZ09, 2017 SXR 900, now this 25 MT09. But yeah, man, it's awesome. I love it. I don't have no regrets whatsoever. I like the looks of the exhaust. It sounds great. You're not really going to hear it too much here, only because I have the microphone in my helmet so I can talk. What else did I do to the bike? Oh, I put the sliders on it, and the frame sliders, front and back, on the wheels. I also did the turn signals up front. I got some nice small turn signals. So I'm gonna go up to the top of Blood Mountain right now, and I'm gonna put the microphone outside towards the back so you can kind of hear the exhaust better. Like I said, it's in my helmet right now, so you might not even hear it. But man, I really love it. especially with the quick shifter. It's awesome. It sounds really good, the blip noise. And as far as the suspension goes on this bike, it actually is pretty good. You know, I'm not a racer. I've never ever messed with my suspension at all. And like I said in one of my other videos, if you asked me a year or two ago if I was what bike was I gonna get, it was the SP for sure, 100%, no question about it. But when it came time to buy it, I didn't. I like this bike better. So back to the suspension, I found a guy on YouTube about my size, my weight and everything, and he paid a guy, I've never heard of him, Dave Moss. He's a suspension guru, and he shared his, I guess you pay him, you send him some money or whatever and tell him which bike you got. Well, I don't even know if it matters on the bike, but your weight and your height, and he gives you the instructions. So I followed him to a T, and I'll tell you what, man, what a difference. I can't even believe how shitty the suspension on these bikes are, you know, from the factory. I know people are going to say you're an idiot, but whatever. Like I said, I'm not a racer. I ride pretty hard, and I've never felt any need to upgrade the suspension. That's why I didn't get the SP, to be honest with you. But what a difference, man. I couldn't believe it. So on this 4th generation of these MT09s, I can tell you right now, like I said, I had the 2014, 2017. The suspension's so much better, especially when you get it dialed in for your weight. It's just incredible. It's way better. No need for spend any more money on a better suspension. I guess if you're going to track the bike and you're Scott Russell or something, sure, but I don't know. I've had like 30 bikes, and I live over here by the Tail of the Dragon and Wolf Pink Gap, Blood Mountain, all these great roads, and I've never had a problem. So I'm pulling up the top of Blood Mountain right now, but I'm gonna pull in here for a second. So yeah, and then as far as the brakes go, man, the brakes aren't bad neither. It's got a little bit of Brembo components on it, and they're not that bad actually. They're pretty good. Like everybody said, if you wanted to, you could go ahead and do, I mean, the only thing you might have to do is change the brake line to the steel cable, and maybe put some really good brake pads up front. And man, these brakes are awesome. I got an 890R Duke KTM with Brembo brakes and everything, and these aren't so bad at all, man. It's a big improvement, I can tell you that. So I just drove through the top of Blood Mountain. It's going to be packed later. It's pretty early in the day. That place gets packed. There'll be a lot of bikes. So I'm going to show you what we do. So we start at the top. We go down to the bottom. They don't really race at the bottom unless you got, because usually there's cars in front of you, but everybody races coming up. So I'll show you what we do. We take this road all the way down to the bottom. I don't even know how many miles it is. But it is a fun road, man. Everybody talks about the Tail of the Dragon, and it is fun. But this road's awesome. I think it's better. I've had some guys from Indiana that I met online. I ride electric skateboards. And the one guy says, hey, I'm coming up there. He saw me, I rode my skateboard on the Tail of the Dragon. It's a 50-mile-an-hour electric skateboard. It's no joke. And he thought he was going to do it. So he says, hey, we're coming down. I want to go ride down with you on my skateboard. And he chickened out. When he got there, he realized, oh, okay, this is not so easy. It is pretty nerve-wracking. But yeah, you got to keep a good solid 35 miles an hour through there. I mean, I was doing like 40, 44 is my top speed through there. But anyways, those guys came down, and a couple of the guys in the crew, they've been going to Tail of the Dragon every year. And I told them, I said, man, you guys should come over by my area, Blood Mountain in North Georgia. I said, you guys might like it. So they, on their last day, the day before they were going to leave, they decided to come over. And boy, they sure were happy. They said, oh my God, this is way better. He goes, we're not going over there no more to Tail the Dragon, which you can do it. It's only an hour away, so they can do everything. But man, we got the best roads here. We got Blood Mountain, Wolfpen Gap, Richard Russell Highway, Highway 60. All really, really good stuff. But anyways, I'll go ahead and shut the camera off. I'm on my way down to Blood Mountain. I'll get to the bottom and turn it back on. Hopefully I'll have some guys to ride up with. I should put the what I'll do is I'll put the microphone in the back, hanging out the back, so it's not in the helmet, and probably be able to hear this Leo Vince exhaust much better.